Hey, it's CDA, and today we're playing somewhere in No Man's Sky, but I am going to take a little break from expanding my base, although look at these nice little plants and how they have grown. But today we are doing something completely different. Because what I want to do is play an expedition. So this expedition, Expedition 20 Breach, just launched just before I started recording this episode. And apparently this is kind of like a side quest that you can do outside of your normal save, where you can do a couple of objectives, and then once you complete those, you get rewards that you can claim in your main saves and all your other saves as well. So, sounds interesting. I have no idea how new player friendly this is. I have done zero research, just to be clear, because I am going in blind in pretty much all of this. So let's just try this out. Now it tells me to select my equipment, and apparently I can bring stuff with me. And I can apparently claim this from the anomaly, I guess, once I get back. Now, I can bring technology or I can bring cargo. I'm not entirely sure what I am going to be bringing. I don't really have that much special technology at the moment, but what I could do is just dump my inventory in the cargo section, and that might be of use, it might not be. I have no idea. Let's find out. So yeah, this is just a random assortment of really basic stuff, but you know, I have no idea what I'm going to be needing in this expedition, so we might as well just go with what we have. Now, let's start it up and see what we find. Okay, here we go.
Life support systems activated.
I like this sky. I mean, not sure if that has anything to do with the actual expedition, but as far as I can tell, this is pretty much just a default start like we always have. Ooh, hello. That's not a planet. I really like the...
propulsion jetpack online.
Oh, hey, what's that? There's something in the sky over there.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational.
That multi-tool seems different than the one I have myself. Or maybe I'm just imagining things now. Oh look, we start out glitched. What's this? I'm in quicksand, help me. Yeah, so, ooh, look. There's all kinds of stuff there. Ooh, ouch. Okay, we just fell down. Community expeditions. Join the community as you sail through the stars, confronting the awe and the horror of deep space. Complete milestones to earn new equipment. Complete entire phases for special exclusive rewards. Okay, so view the progress in the expedition page. Reach the space anomaly to retrieve your stored items. Follow a path through the galaxy to reach each of the rendezvous points to earn large rewards. Okay. Bases, discoveries, and other progress will be shared or merged with your... Ooh, okay, that is interesting. So any base I build is not going to be wasted. It's going to be there. I can go back to that in my main save. That's really cool, honestly. Switch back to your primary save at any time. Exclusive expedition rewards can be accessed on any save. Okie dokie. Okay, select the Crew Awaken milestone to start your journey. Phase 1, 0 of 7 milestones. Okay. Well, we have some work to do. Okay. So this is phase 1. Oh, we have phase 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I guess, as well. Locate your starship, reward, pre-packaged personal refiner unit, and we get some launch fuel to go along with that. Oh, okay, so a lot of the basic stuff that you need to create in the main game is apparently rewarded as part of these milestones. So I think we just need to stick to, like, well, basically this order. Launch to space for the first time. We get a base computer plan, hyperdrive plans. Yeah, so this is just a fast forward type of new start, I guess. Anyway, let's find that starship. Before I do that, let me check out what I actually have to work with. So we do have life support, hazard protection, and neurostimulation. Oh, this is actually really nice that we have this from the get-go. So this is really basic. This is probably also where I might have wanted to bring some technology with me, but that's okay. Let's see, what can we install? We can install a shield thingy. We can install some additional life support. Maybe we'll take a look at that later. We have pretty much nothing on us, so that's a thing. What do we have to work with in terms of mining? So we have a mining beam, we have a bolt caster, we have an ionizer, sure. We also have the terrain manipulator. I don't have the advanced miner by the looks of it, so that's a bit of a shame. This thing boosts my gun, right? Yeah. So let's put those two together. That should help a little bit, I hope. The scanner is supercharged. That's nice. And in terms of starship, ew, I like the design. Some really, really basic stuff. We also have guns. Oh, we're going to have to do the whole repairing thing. Well, that's not a problem. We can do that. I like this mushroom planet, by the way. It's kind of cool. We do definitely want to maybe build a base here. Definitely, maybe. Anyway, yeah, because I really like the vibe of this planet in general. Oh, look, there's something to discover there. There's our ship already. So yeah, none of this is going to take too much time. I am going to collect some random stuff along the way when I find it, because we have absolutely nothing to work with. I'm also going to scan some stuff. There's some creatures over there. Just to get some of the basics going. What is that over there? We have a floating crystal. Anything of particular interest around? Well, other than some easy to scan creatures. We have quartzite deposit. I have never seen that before in my main save so far. Phosphorus. Yeah, this seems like a pretty decent planet to have in our kind of like in our portal system. Is that a thing? Anyway, let's go to the ship. Okay, well there it is, and apparently there's a whole base to go along with it, so this is really interesting. We now reached our starship, so we should have gotten the first reward, I guess? Can we tell? Somehow? Oh, new reward available. Collect your rewards from the expedition page. So we go here, we clickety-click. So we received some refiner unit and some launch fuel. Okay, so let's see. That should now be in my inventory then. It's apparently in the starship's inventory, but that works. Or is it here? Let me double check. Have a lot of random stuff that I mined along the way. What is this? Oh, this is the prepackaged refiner. Okay, so if I do this... Oh, this actually goes in my inventory? Ew! Okay. A small portable refiner accessible directly from the user's exosuit interface. Unit requires fuel and is limited to refining one substance at a time. Okay. So if I click. Oh, so this is the portable one, but this one moves along with me. Wow. Did not know that existed, but it's going to be extremely useful. Okay, let me take a quick look at what the next steps are. So we need to leave the planet. That's going to be pretty straightforward. And we're going to leave the initial system for the first time. Okay. Then we need to reach the first rendezvous point. So I'm guessing that there might be some story related to this, but we'll find out in a second. Then what do we need to do? Craft a debris rangefinder. No idea what that is. Assemble a Corvette-class starship. Oh, that's actually something I wanted to do in my main save, so hopefully we can bring this ship with us. That's gonna be interesting. And then last but not least, shipbreaking. Search the wreckage of a lost Corvette. Huh. And then if we complete the entire phase, we are going to get a reward, a poster, another poster, and another poster. Okay, it's not that interesting, but I guess that will build up as we go through the other phases. I am going to quickly check out these buildings though, because who knows what's in here. Nothing of too much interest so far, just some nanites, but let's check out what this thing does over here. So, long ago it seems an automated distress signal went unanswered. If I can crack the encryption pattern, I could potentially extract the coordinates. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is 720 then. It's times 2, times 3, times 4, etc. Yay! I'm smart. I have no idea if this is actually related to the main quest though. I have a feeling it might not be, but a distress signal could lead me to a ship, and if that's a ship, that might be a lot of value in there. So, you know, I'm gonna check it out nonetheless. Oh, speaking of value, there's a cave right next door to this building that has cobalt and tritium in a single thing that I can just mine. And tritium is, of course, going to be very useful to make sure my starship keeps being fueled. So, you know, oh, golden tritium as well. So I definitely want to have a base on this planet at some point. Because, well, there's a lot of valuable stuff in here. Look at that. We also have some of these pearls that I can mine. I think, yeah, right? These are pearls, right? Yeah, okay, so that's some money. And speaking of money, I just realized I started the game with pretty much nothing in my inventory in terms of units and nanites as well. This is everything I've gathered so far. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do some, maybe some farming as well, but probably not too much. I'm not going to overdo it because, you know, I don't have any idea how much I'm actually going to need because we are going to get quite a few things from the quest rewards as well. Oh yeah, right, I actually need to repair my ship before I can go anywhere. That shouldn't take too long, so just some basic materials, so let's do some more farming. Okie dokie, so that is the ship repaired, and we should now be good to go to explore that distress signal. Okie dokie, I left space to make the turning around the planet a little bit quicker, and we seem to be in a system that has been discovered by Hello Game. So I'm guessing these systems are specifically made for these expeditions. We also completed, therefore, the next milestone. So let me see what I got, because I already forgot. So let me check that out. We get a base computer and hyperdrive plans. So I'm guessing we're going to have to install a hyperdrive because, you know, otherwise we're not going anywhere. And actually making a base on this planet is part of my plan anyway, so might as well do that while we're at it. We are going to need quite a bit of chromatic metal for that, so let me go and gather some. I might as well gather those materials starting from the distress beacon, but it looks like this ship is not going to be flying anytime soon. At least I don't think so. Can I still claim this? Well, apparently I can. There's also a whole bunch of stuff I would have to repair in here. I'm not sure that is what we want to do right now. But I can still claim the ship and add it to my collection. I mean, I don't have to repair it. I can just claim it and then scrap it. That's probably not the worst place to start. So, let's see. Is this going to give me anything? Ooh, I can search for functioning technology or search for transported goods. I'm gonna go for the technology because I have 0 of that. I scan a blueprint and can now construct one of these advances myself. I can now construct the teleport receiver, which, as far as I could tell from my main save, is not particularly useful. But, you know, it's a thing we can have. I will dig up this technology and the damaged machinery and stuff like that, and then we're going to go some mining. So the interesting thing is there's none of the normal metals that I would use to make the chromatic metal, so I'm hoping that quartzite is going to be the solution, because otherwise we're going to have a problem. I actually checked all the systems, or all the planets in this system. You can already tell what's on them, and none of them have, for example, copper on them, but most of them do seem to have quartzite, so, you know, maybe that is something I can use as well. And there we go. Quartzite is found on planets orbiting purple stars, apparently this is one of them, and placed in a refiner to create purified chromatic metal. So let's do that. I wonder, is this going to be at a very high ratio? So it's it's 1 turns into 2 rather than copper being the other way around. So this is a pretty efficient way to get some chromatic metal. I like how the pop-up still says, well, you know, you could get copper, cadmium, emerald, indium. It mentions no quartzite whatsoever. So I've actually gathered the materials now to start upgrading my ship with a hyperdrive, but I'm thinking I can bring a lot of stuff with me, so I should see if I can find the anomaly. Maybe I can also bring things like the multi-tool, my starship, my exosuits, things like that with me as well to this universe. Let me check. Okay, why is the space station called Space Station? That's gonna be something related to the main quest, I have a feel. Well, okay then, this is interesting. This space station looks exactly like the anomaly, well, similar at least. It also seems to be a little bit broken. Am I flying into danger now? Ooh, this is definitely different from any other space station I've seen so far. Huh. Hello? Anyone home? This is interesting. So what's over here? There's a little bit of a thing here. Starship outfitting. Okay, I can salvage ships here. I mean, I can salvage the other ship, I guess. I mean, we don't want to salvage the Limitless Folly. That's the ship I'm actually flying around in. So, can I call in the other ship and then dismantle it? Not at the moment, from the looks of it. We might have to do the loading, reloading thing, see if I can actually summon it that way. And the short answer is no. No cheating for me this time around. Now, there is a room up there, so maybe there's something over there. It's interesting to see that this is definitely not a normal space station. There... Oh, hello? Okay. I'm getting a little bit scared now. Well, there's a galactic terminal here. That's good, at least. We also have some encrypted navigation data, but there is literally no one here in terms of vendors or... Well, I guess the galactic trade terminal is one. Is this functional? It is functional, mostly. Connection lost? Huh, that's interesting. I like the description here. I have a feeling we're going to get back to this at some point. There's a side section here as well, but we need an Atlas Pass V3. I don't even have that in my main save yet. We don't even have a V2 on my main save. Anyway, I guess we're going to go right back to actually installing a hyperdrive on my ship, assuming I can't get it on the anomaly. Haven't tried that yet. As I was almost about to walk out, I realized there's a secondary room, and this one has the multi-tool upgrade station. It also has a portal, very important, and it has an exosuit upgrade. So let's see, is this one for free as well, or super cheap at least? Because I can use some inventory space. It looks like it, so yep, at least that is still here. There's another one of these doors. I have a feeling it's also going to, yep, require me to have an Atlas Pass V3. But yeah, it's good to know I can easily come back here through the portal. And well, there's no option to call the anomaly, so I guess we're making that hyperdrive anyway. Alright, have hyperdrive will travel, and we got some hyperdrive fuel from the start of the quest anyway, so that is really convenient. We actually have a completely charged one now. Let's see, where are we going? I mean, does it matter? I guess we can go that direction. I mean, that's where the expedition is telling me to go, so that might be a smart place to visit. So, let's warp there and see where that brings us. Okie dokie, we are in the Goya Bay Gojos 4 system. Okay, is this where we were supposed to go? I hope so. At least we got in the next reward, so we're going to get that one. Now what? Reach the first rendezvous point. Select the expedition route in the galaxy map, and a significant journey may be required to reach the rendezvous. So let me double check what we have. So we can now collect this reward, which is going to give me a pre-packaged Atlantid drive unit. I have no idea what that is. Is that a vehicle? Let's check my inventory hat. So let's see, where is it? It is over here. Pre-built wiring package designed to allow easy installation of core technology. Sideloads a resonant memory packet into your warp computer, allowing the ship to pass through the dissonant space surrounding purple stellar bodies. User is advised to access hyperdrive systems via the galactic map. Oh, okay, so this is like the upgrade to the hyperdrive or the purple systems. Well, can just plug that in, right? That should now work. That's pretty useful. So what else? Let me double check. No, we just need to go to the first rendezvous, so I'm just gonna jump my way straight there. I mean, after I make sure I go through every space station and upgrade my exosuit, of course. Oh, as a side note, I can apparently now summon the anomaly, so that is quite useful. Also, speaking of useful, I just visited that second station, and there was a whole bunch of stuff in there. There's an upgrade for my Pulse engine, there were some fusion core things that I can sell for 500,000. All in all, visiting these stations is definitely worth it, even if there's nothing else to do than just loot and sell. Speaking of which, I actually don't know if I can bring my units and nanites and stuff like that back to my main save. I kind of assume I can, but I might be gathering that money for nothing. Ah, would you look at that. So I just found that same terminal at the anomaly that we stacked up the random stuff before, and I can just retrieve that over here, so that's quite useful. But I can also copy my multi-tool and create my starship over here, and these are the ones for my main playthrough, which are definitely better than the one I currently have, with the exception of course of some of the upgrades. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug out all of the upgrades that I just gathered, plug them into my main ship, and then we can continue onwards. Okay, never mind, I got a little bit ahead of myself, because you do actually need a fair amount of nanites in order to do that. So I don't currently have those because we started out with 0. So this might mean that next time around I need to bring some stuff that I can turn into nanites to make this a little bit easier. I think we'll be fine, but it is something to take into consideration. And it just occurred to me, maybe I can get some nanites on the anomaly, but it seems that that's something the developers thought of, because all the normal vendors are not actually here. I really like this detail. So yeah, our little friend over here is actually here, but he's not doing anything. He is a frozen empty shell. An old friend, a hope, or just another void? Yeah, he seems to be the only NPC that is actually on this ship though, so, you know, nice little detail though. Now, I did gather some of that goop along the way while I was picking up random stuff, so let's see how far that gets us. Well, the short answer is not very far, because now I have 358 nanites, while I need about 10 times as much to convert both my ship and my multi-tool. Now, honestly, I would mostly prefer to have my multi-tool because I have more upgrades on that. But honestly, I think we might be fine. I'm just going to continue with the base materials that the game gives you. And next time around, we might want to do this a little bit smarter. And honestly, it's not that bad. I've been jumping through a couple of these next steps to get to the next rendezvous point, and every single space station I seem to be getting upgrades for my exosuit, my starship. So all in all, I'm getting a fairly kitted out ship and exosuit as we go. Again, the multi-tool not super, but I actually did get an upgrade for my mining beam as well. Not quite where I am at my main game, but still, you definitely don't need to bring a lot of stuff with you in order to make this playable. And just one more jump and I'm there. And this is another custom-made system, I guess, because once again it's discovered by Hello Games. And we have a different space station this time around right here. Oh, and as a side note, because I'm jumping around from system to system, and someone in the comments pointed out that you can actually both use the normal station to upgrade your exosuit for free, or almost free, as well as the anomaly one in every single sector as well. I'm pretty much just massively expanding my inventory at this point. 2 cargo spaces, or exosuit spaces if you want them, every time you visit a new system. That adds up really, really quickly, kind of making the whole exosuit upgrade pointless, I guess. But I'm not complaining, I like my inventory space. Something else I really like is this emergency signal scanner that I just found in the space station in the final sector for the first rendezvous. This is, if I understand this correctly, this is going to lead me straight to an abandoned freighter. Now, I don't think or expect to need a freighter in this particular expedition, but if I can bring this item back, this is going to give me, hopefully, a freighter in the other game. If this is just going to be something I can loot, I mean, that's going to be a little bit of a disappointment, but you know, you never know. Okay, so it seems that the rendezvous point is leading me directly to this planet over here. Now, I have to say one thing about this ship. Because it's so high, it actually kind of interferes with my targeting. If I compare it to my other ship, it's a lot easier to actually see what I'm doing. Of course, I can go into the cockpit view as well. It's just a little bit weird that you can't really turn your ship in such a way that you can change that view. Anyway, let's see what's there to find on this planet. Well, first of all, an extremely high mountain. This mountain is one of the largest one I've seen on the planet so far. It might not be that uncommon, but most of the planets have been relatively flat, but this planet is everything but. Ah, look, there's very interesting crystals on this planet as well. Atlantium? I have... no, that's not what that's pronounced. Atlantidium. Interesting. Not sure what I can do with these, but there seems to be a lot of that stuff around here. And I also seem to found a use for that new material, because I found this little robot over here that apparently wants to have some of that stuff. So let's have 71 of that Atlantium stuff go in there. And that did absolutely nothing. Okay. A little confused now. Hello? The 11th. Okie dokie then. I have no idea what this means, but I'll write this down just in case. Ah, okay, this is where we need to go, and that's a good thing too, because this planet is very toxic, and I keep having to repair my armor as a result of that. And there we go. So we got to the first rendezvous point. Now, let's see what that actually nets us, because I have no idea. So, oh, by the way, actually, I was mining some asteroids to get some more titanium, and I apparently already unlocked something from phase 2. I'm gonna leave this for the moment, because I kind of want to follow along with the plot here. But it's worth noting that you don't need to do these things in order, so you can already skip ahead if for whatever reason you manage to do that. So what are we going to get? We are going to get 5 inventory slots, that's nice. The debris rangefinder plans and the craftable component plans. Okay. Not sure what that means, but I guess we're going to make a debris rangefinder. And that will probably answer that question. Now, oh. Okay, so we can upgrade our exosuit. Does it need to be our exosuit, or it seems to be? It's just predetermined places. Okay, so we have a debris rangefinder, a single-use device for locating the wreckage of starships in deep space. Select the rangefinder and scan for debris to begin the location process. First of all, I guess we have to actually install it, for which we need a solar miller, a quantum computer, and metal plating. Oh, and I guess to help out with that, we just learned a whole bunch of new mechanics, new recipes, I should say, in order to make that stuff. I explored the remains of this building, but honestly there was not really anything of note in here, so I guess that means we are going to have to make... Yes, thank you. We're going to have to make a debris rangefinder, and we should have a lot of the materials we need for this already. And yep, that was very straightforward to do, so now we have one of those, and let's scan for the debris. Wait, why is it not working? Rangefinder jammed. Corvette class ship required for the... Oh, okay, so we need to have a Corvette class ship first. Okay, let's check back into the expedition steps. We have one of those. Right? Is this what this is called? Right. Oh, I was a little bit too quick there. Okay, so milestone complete. We crafted one of those things, and I think that means we're now getting a pre-packaged Corvette. Like, did I understand that correctly? Oh, just a Corvette basic modules pack. But anyway, that should hopefully then allow us to build one of those. I guess? Yeah, it's going to send us to the space station to build ourselves a Corvette. And we got a whole bunch of stuff in order to do that. Okay, I'm at the space station now and we can start building a Corvette. And honestly, this space station really needs one of those teleports that all the other stations has. But anyway, let's see if I can figure out how this works. Because I've looked at this very briefly at some point, but yeah. We need a landing gear, a habitation module, a cockpit, and a reactor by the looks of it. Let's see if I can manage. Okay, well, it's not gonna win any prizes in a beauty contest for sure, but actually don't mind this ship at all. I mean, it's a pretty basic standard first ship, but it is my first Corvette, so I'll take it. And it's at least 3 times the size of my current ship, so in terms of actual spaceship, well, this is definitely an upgrade. Oh wow, if you compare these two ships, then it's actually not as big of a difference as I was expecting. I mean, the cost of the ship suggests that this is a massive upgrade, but it only has 5 more slots. This has more technology slots, but most of them are taken up by the actual things I have in my ship. Now, all of these things do give me a significant boost. So there's launch cost upgrades, there is additional boost speed, I think that is, maneuverability, etc. Although the maneuverability of this ship itself is horrible compared to the one I currently have. The hyperdrive has a shorter range as well, but on some other areas it is slightly better. Now, of course, that is not taking into account yet the fact that we have things like the upgrades in this ship that we can probably move over to this one, at least I assume so. So then we can see what we end up with. Oh wow, after moving some of the modules from my old ship to the new one, as well as rearranging these ones so they actually boost each other, my ship is now more maneuverable, quite considerably so actually, than the previous ship I have. The hyperdrive is still a little bit shorter in terms of range, but everything else in this ship is now strictly better than it was before. So yeah, this Corvette is going to be a lot of fun. And speaking of a lot of fun, I decided to name this ship after Yardev, who has been a very active member of the channel, commenting in the comment section, supporting the channel in many different ways. So thank you for that. Now, if you're watching this and you want to become a member of this channel as well, please consider doing so. It is very much appreciated. And who knows, you might see a system, planet, ship, or whatever named after you as well. And that means we have yet another milestone completed. Okay, so let's take a look around in our little Corvette. Ooh, I really like the fact that we can now actually move around in our ship, not just sit in the cockpit. That is, that's kind of cool. Oh, I can operate this hatch. Ew. I don't know why I find that so interesting, but it's a little cramped. We'll have to upgrade this at some point for sure. But for now, this should work. Now, let me figure out. I did have that thingy. Yeah, the mission radar. Ooh, I have a lot of stuff, actually. Oh, I need to build this. Oh, no, I don't need to build this. I already have the required materials to do so. Okay, so does this mean I can now actively... Ah, okay, there's no missions here, but I can just look for missions from my ship. That's kind of cool, to be honest. Now, I don't want to turn this into the Corvette episode, but yeah, I'm just looking at all of this stuff. You can put in so many useful things in your ship, like refiners, even hydroponics units and things like that. Oh, look, we can actually put in cargo racks as well. Huh. These are huge, but they don't require power, at least I don't think so. I mean, they're powered by the ship. And this is going to make my life so much easier. I can just put all of this stuff that I'm carrying around in here. If I want to, if I don't need it right now, I can just put it in here and we don't have to worry about it. This is going to save me a lot of inventory space, honestly. Yeah, and basically now have a flying base. This is awesome. What's also awesome is that we completed yet another milestone, so we now have a Corvette-class starship, and we get a refiner unit as well as powerful frost protection upgrades. So does that mean I can actually put that refiner in the ship as well? That would be kind of awesome, yes. I don't know why this pop-up needs to be there so long, honestly. Anyway, where is it? It's here. Let's see, I don't want to craft more, I want to use it. Oh, sorry, I need to do it like this probably. Is it one of those? Yes, it is. Nice. So now not only do I have a refiner in my suit, I have a refiner in my ship as well. I am loving every single thing of this. Now, this is getting really crowded, so at some point I definitely want to have a larger ship, but function over form, for the moment at least. Having everything accessible wherever I go is amazing. Okay, I'm still in phase 1 and we have a lot of phases to go, so let's keep going. The shipbreaking step, this is the last milestone of phase 1, is going to give me a mining laser plan as well as prepacked aquajets unit. That's a thing, I guess. And we're going to need to search the wreckage of a lost ship in order to do so. So I assume, and it's even glowing now, that we can actually start using this now. We're sweeping for wreck sites. Return to your ship to begin sweeping for wreck sites. Do I need to keep doing this? I have no idea. Or is this just something you use once and then it's just automatically going to work forever? Also, why is my ship still showing as its old name while I just renamed it? Look, it's the old name. And then I get in my ship. And just to prove it's actually, I mean, look at here. It is called the Art of. I might have to reload or land or something like that for the ship to be renamed in the tooltip as well. Oh man, this is so awesome. And look, I can actually see where I'm shooting now. I mean, that helps. This is such an ugly ship though. But even still, it's better than what we had before. Now, the rearrange fighters activated. Activate the pulse drive to extend the search signal. So I guess we just... we're flying right through asteroids. Okay. Oh, look, we detected something. Oh, look. Oh, we're actually just porting right to that. Is that how that works? Interesting. Well, before we do anything with this, let's slow down a little bit. And let's go to the log, because we did just unlock something new. Phase 1. No, that was not the one we unlocked. I actually don't know. I think it's just... Oh, it's Star Spawn is the one we already had unlocked. So what do we do about this, actually? I mean... This is definitely the wreck of a ship. Okay. Lost Corvette located. While piloting our Corvette, leave the pilot seat from the quick menu X. Operate the access-way with E to leave the ship and step into space? Okay. Let's get a little closer, I guess, to do that. And then, sorry, what are we tuning? There was another pop-up. Oh, that was the other consumable I have. Okay, so let's stop the ship. Let's leave the ship. There we go. Is it still moving? I mean, I don't want my ship to fly away. No, it seems to be coming to a standstill. Okay, so that works. And now we're going to go out in here, operate the hatch. Operate the hatch. Apparently that's hard. There we go. So the idea is I just go out here? I don't even see the ship anymore. Where is it? Ah, okay, it's right over there. Well, I guess we will see what we can find. Oh, and of course I do need to make sure I actually equip the upgrades I just got to protect me against the cold. So that's going to hopefully help me to float around here a little longer. Now, where do I go? Do I go in here or something? Can I open this door? Doesn't look like it. Well, then let's try the other side, I guess. This all looks pretty close to me. How do I go down? Control, maybe? I don't know. So, yeah. We go into the cockpit somehow? I actually don't know what the game is expecting me to do. Search the wreckage for log fragments and salvageable items. Oh, okay, we need to scan the ship. Oh, okay. So on top of there are things, and we can actually mine those things. Oh, we blow up the ship in the process, apparently. We got some radiator casing as a result of that. Okay, we still need to wait a moment for our thing to respawn. There is another thingy we should be able to mine. Component housing. I can't quite reach that though. Is that just showing up because I already saw it, or I don't know exactly what's going on here. Okay, let me float around a little bit more and figure out what I can actually loot here. Ah, look, when I mined the ship, it expels this log, I guess, and now we can recover that. A rare item found. Captain found a bleep on the last walkout. Says it's a blue and right altitude. Cruise has been a waste so far. All the asteroids just dust and ice. Nonsense, but better than nothing. Okie dokie then. Was that everything we needed to get here? Let me scan it once more. Ah, look, there's another one over there that we can also pick up. We just completed phase 1 of the expedition, so I'm not breaking any speed records, I don't think, but at the very least we are making some decent progress. Now, the real question is this going to give us anything else? I don't think that gave me anything, did it? Well, we have a thermal grill, we have something else over here. So this is all things I can make my Corvette look more pretty, I guess. It's just external plating, so I don't think it has a function. But you know, it is something we can potentially use. I do think it is a little bit confusing that it keeps showing up on my scan, despite me already having mined it, or whatever you want to call that. I think this is everything there is to find here. I also like how my landing gear is out, even though my ship is in space. Not entirely sure what's on with that. But yeah, let's get back in. Let's close the door. There we go. And all of this feels almost better than Star Citizen, honestly. This feels like what I want Star Citizen to be. I hope I don't start an entire war in the comment sections by saying that I was an original backer of Star Citizen. I'm still waiting for my single player game, thank you. And this is pretty much all I wanted out of that, so I'm really enjoying this. Oh, okay, my ship is still showing us the wrong name, so let me reload and see if we can fix that. Ah, okay, there we go. Finally, the ship actually has the correct name. Now, let's see. We just completed the last part of phase 1, so we're gonna get the advanced mining laser, as well as the prepackaged aquajets unit. So, this replaces the mining beam. Okay, this is just the standard one I had before, I think. So we actually need to build this thing ourselves, apparently, but that's okay. We can do that. And we also just got a set of aqua jets. I'm not entirely sure what those are. Let me look those up. They should be in our inventory somewhere. There we go. Repackaged aqua. Okay, so let's install these. So where do these go? On my ship? An advanced upgrade for the starship's landing system, enabling the ship to land and take off from aquatic surfaces. Okay, so I can land on water now. That's kind of cool. Yeah. And we'll deal with the laser if and when we need it. But let's see, what's the next step in our quest line now? We can also accept the reward for phase 1. So I think these are the things that we can now get in the main event, if I understood everything correctly. Not entirely sure how interested I am in posters, but you know. We can move on to phase 2 now. Double check. Everything is done here. Yep. So now we can keep going. The next part is to go to timestamp 2, reach the second rendezvous point, and then we're going to get powerful underwater oxygen upgrades. I have a feeling we're going to go to some sort of water planet and take a dive. In the meanwhile, yeah, I already have this completed. I'll skip accepting that so I can keep track of what I'm doing in what order. So we're just going to go to the second rendezvous point now, and I think that will probably have us jump around a little bit more. Oh man, I love this ship. I am really happy with the Corvette. Okay, looks like it's a couple of jumps at least, so we're just gonna go and grab the anomaly upgrades, grab the space station upgrades, and maybe we find something interesting along the way as well. As a side note, what I kind of like about this expedition is that I'm passing through systems that have obviously already been discovered by other people. It's just fun to see all those different names of people that probably went before me a very long time earlier. But you know, yeah, it's really fun to see that this is actually a universe where other people have been as well. Okay, not gonna lie, it's a little bit annoying that, as far as I can tell, this space station has no teleporters, and having to actually walk all the way back here in order to pick up the few interesting things that might be on the station is a little bit tedious. I do have to admit that even though I was complaining about those trips all the way back to the station, they are worth it. This is just the loot from a couple of these stations, and it's several upgrades. It's about 1,000,000 units worth of just random stuff I can sell. So all in all, not bad. Meanwhile, I have arrived at the second rendezvous point, and it looks indeed that we're going to be landing on the planet that, from the looks of it, is just a ball of water. So we're going to need those landing pads installed, which reminds me, I don't think I've actually already done that. Ooh, look, the Corvette's autopilot can relieve a tired pilot. Ooh, so the ship can fly itself to where it needs to go. That is kind of awesome. Well, I just approached the planet, and it looks like there are some islands on here at least. This is not where I'm supposed to go. The quest marker is somewhere else, but I just noticed that there's this big square over here, and now I really want to figure out what is actually over here. This might be somewhere that the quest might lead me later on. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that actually looks really awesome. Okay, so can we land here? Aquatic landing initiated, yes. It's also the slowest landing ever. I think I actually am not in the water. I am actually on top of the structure that I was aiming for. Yeah, again, getting sidetracked as usual. I also wonder how am I going to get back in my ship, but hottest temperature. Oh, look, there's like an entire base over here. Ah, this is someone else's base. That's interesting. I'm a guest in someone else's base. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't want to report this base. This is kind of cool. This is the first time ever I found someone else's base, so yeah, pretty fun. But let me try to get back in my ship and then actually go where I need to go. So yeah, the actual destination is nowhere near land. Well, we see some islands in the distance, but that is not where we need to go. And now what? I mean, where is it? It's like 500 U underwater? Wow. Well, I just dove in the water, and I don't actually have to go all the way down just yet, because I just got the milestone reward. Oh, look, I can actually enter my ship from the bottom anyway. I think the main thing is now that if I go to the expedition rewards, I should be able to get this reward, right? Hold on. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong at least. Let me figure this out. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong reward. So, powerful underwater oxygen upgrade. That sounds like a very useful thing to have once you're supposed to actually go that far underwater. Okay, so I think we're getting to the real meat of this expedition. Now, I did get 2 of these upgrades that are going to allow me to breathe underwater a little easier that I can just plug in. But the other upgrades that I can now build, I actually have to install. Now, I have plenty of materials, but I don't have the special materials I need for that. I'm not totally sure I want to go out and try to look for these, at least not if they're not on this planet. But especially living pearls sounds like something we might be able to find on the water planet, so hopefully that is the case. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna bring most of my stuff with me, and then hopefully we can install some of these things along the way. I can actually install the shield ladders because I do think I should be able to make some antimatter. Yes, so let's at least install that one. There we go. So we have that up and running, but that's not going to be particularly useful against the water itself. So the main quest is telling me to find fire ship Arcadia. I'm not totally sure, is that the same ship that we found before? Yeah, so that's at least the one that we found the log of. Anyway, let's make another one of these and see where we get. And we're sweeping for some more wreck sites. Now, let's see. Is that one going to be all the way down, or am I have to go and fly up again? I'm actually not sure. Do I even have to go down at this point? Is there still a quest marker here, or... that's not the quest marker. I need the hatch to open. There we go. I don't think there's anything sending me down there anymore at this point. So I guess I'm gonna go back up to space. And yeah, it seems we're doing our scanning thing once again. And I guess that means that once I drop out of this warp, we are gonna find ourselves right next to another spaceship? Maybe? Oh, I need to slow down. There we go. There we go. Ew. Not sure what happened with that one. Can I mine these asteroids? Yeah, that took me like 3 seconds to get distracted again. Oh, the aiming is a little off. It doesn't look like this thing is actually taking any damage. Including when I shoot rockets at it. Okay, anyway, let's see. That means I guess I'm gonna go up here again and mine myself some more pieces of this starship. And there we go, we have another log of them. Going from bad to worse, can't wait to get home. Navigation, nothing but static, warping, but just empty systems lost in some abandoned sector. Oh, I kind of feel what you're saying there. I feel sort of lost as well, but that was yet another milestone completed. Okay, so we got this one, so we are going to get ourselves some life support gels and ion batteries. Not entirely sure what I need them for. I guess to keep myself alive once I do actually go down in the water. And what is the next thing after that? That was the thing that we already had unlocked, right? So yeah, we had to destroy some asteroids for some reason. And that is going to give us Nautilus platform plans, advanced equipment blueprints, as well as Supreme Submarine Drive upgrade. Okay then. Nautilus platform, an advanced fully watertight docking station for the Nautilus submarine. Oh, we're going to build ourselves a submarine. This is going to be deployed on the surface of the water. We need some ferrite, oxygen, dihydrogen jelly for that, so that's not going to be an issue whatsoever. Then we have some equipment blueprints. Submarine mining laser, submarine analysis device, and a humble drive upgrade. So those are probably things that are going to go into the submarine. And yeah, I guess that is what we have to work with. So I was initially a little bit confused about what the next step was, but then I looked at the actual milestones for this phase, and it basically is deploy a submarine, dive with that submarine very, very deep, collect some stuff from the bottom of the ocean, and find some creatures there. So that seems all pretty straightforward, and I guess we can do that back down on the planet we just came from. Now, even though this is a water planet, I do like having a base that is at least attached to some solid ground, and mostly because that also allows me to farm resources more easily. At least that's my thinking for the moment. But these islands are pretty small, so I think if I look down here, yep, as you can see, there is a nice little bay here where I can start building my base. And look, we now have a base on this little island over here. Okay, so it's nothing impressive, it's literally just a small shed, but at the very least this will keep me safe from the storm that is raging on outside, because if I step out here, yeah, as you can see the temperature goes up. It's a firestorm, so I'm not entirely sure how this little roof is protecting me against it, but it works. Oh, look at the sea. Ooh, hello. Was that a glowing fish? Okay, I'm not sure my building should be able to withstand these rough seas, but I do really like the fact that because of the storm the seas actually become rough. That's a little detail that I don't think is in pretty much any game almost, let alone was I expecting to see it here, but it's kind of awesome. Not really realistic considering this building should have been blown away, but yeah, kind of cool. In order to build my submarine station, I'm going to need some more materials. Luckily, in the meanwhile, I have been gathering a lot of stuff, and this is actually the part where the resources I brought with me are really starting to be of use, because I brought a whole lot of basic stuff with me. That means that I don't actually have to go out and collect it. And there we go, we deployed the Nautilus. So this is a thingy that is apparently going to either already have a submarine in it. Yeah, there it is. I was about to say, or we need to build it, but it's already in there. Nice. Okay, so we got a new reward. Let's check that out. A marine shelter, oxygen times 100, okay. And hydrogen. Okay, so we got some fuel for the, I guess, for the submarine as well. Okay, so what's next actually on that list? Let me double check that. So the next thing is to dive down very deep and collect some sea glass. So if we see any of that, we definitely want to get that. Is there anything that I can do in terms of upgrading this thing? Also, by the way, what's a marine shelter doing? An emergency survival module can be rapidly deployed on the seabed in the event of an oxygen or other access. Ah, okay. So basically, it's a hidey hole, a portable hidey hole. Oh, I like it. So the submarine comes with one upgrade that I just got from one of the milestones. That is going to upgrade my drive by quite a bit. It's going to go faster, use less fuel, and accelerate faster. So all of that is really good. Now there's a couple more upgrades I can actually install. I have a lot of space to install stuff. The mining beam is going to be super useful, but I need, again, living pearls for that, as well as chlorine. And I also need a crystal sulfide in order to install the sonar. I think we have sulfide right outside next to the island though, so we might be able to get this up and running really quickly. And then we need more living pearls in order to get the drive system. So long story short, we are going to need a lot of living pearls. Yeah, I was right, there is some crystal sulfide right next door, so that is really convenient. That might be enough to get that first upgrade going. I don't really like all the trembling that is going on. Ouch. But yeah, look at how beautiful this game is underwater. I mean, it's really amazing. And there's a lot more of this crystal sulfide stuff down here. And I'm hoping that these clams, I actually don't remember, I might have looted some of them before. But I'm hoping these clams will have those living pearls that we need, because then we can really get our upgrades going. Oh, hello. That's a lot of creatures here. And that might actually be one of my milestones, because I needed to find a creature that weighed at least 10 kilograms. There you go. Gentle giants. Yep, we found some of them. So we have at least that milestone done now. Okay, let me go and float around a little bit more. And I should probably do this with my actual submarine rather than just floating around by myself. Okay, yeah, so it is actually impossible to scan from the ship if you don't have anything installed. So we're going to have to work on that for sure. But at least the clams, as I expected, include the living pearls, so we should be able to find everything we need now. Okie dokie, so I installed all the upgrades to my exosuit as well as my submarine now, and look at that, we can now scan from the submarine, and it's super convenient because now I can just actually pick up those pearls, pretty much anything I need from the sea bottom, extremely easy, so that is comfortable. And actually this makes me realize I should probably invest in my main save into some sort of vehicle that can run me around planets, because this is so much faster to farm whatever I need. Anyway, in the meanwhile, by the way, I actually also completed another milestone by accident from phase 4 of all things, because I needed to pick up 8 crystal sulfides in order to do that. I needed that to craft my stuff, so I'm not entirely sure why this is in phase 4, but this is going to give me a pre-packaged optical drill unit. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds like some sort of mining beam. We're about to find out, I guess. So let's see. I keep messing up these two hotkeys. There we go. Where is it? It should be in my inventory, right? I am blind, I think. Hello? Let me find where it went. Oh, okay. The inventory of my exocraft. I guess that's because I'm in it. Okay, there we go. So let's put this in. This is going to go in my multi-tool. I was thinking it was going to go into my ship. So what does this do? Oh, resources mined 50%. Okay. Do I have a supercharged slot somewhere that I'm not currently using? Yeah. I don't really care about supercharging my gun, so let's supercharge this. That sounds like the thing I should be supercharging. So now it went from 50 to 88%. So I'm gonna get nearly twice as many resources from everything I mine? Yes, please. Okay, so I guess that means that now all we have to do to finish phase 2 is fly to the bottom of the ocean, or sink to the bottom of the ocean. Sail to the bottom of the ocean. What do you call that? I don't know. Anyway, find some sea glass. At least I'm assuming that's going to be on the bottom of the ocean, because I haven't seen any of it yet. And then we have another phase completed. As a side note, I'm just doing some random mining here, but look at the amount of stuff I'm getting now. It's just insane. Also, I don't know about these jellyfish, but they don't really seem to like me mining a lot. They keep circling me whenever I do so. They're not that hostile, to be honest, even though every now and then they do like swim into me, but yeah, I have a feeling we might see some more angry jellyfish later on. These guys also seem to be in the asteroid fields outside of this planet, so I'm not sure if this is a theme, but I have a feeling it might be. Hey, would you look at that? There's new stuff showing up on my radar. So we have these crystals that seem to be the sea glass we're looking for, and then we have other things. For example, over here we have a sector navigation beacon. Definitely gonna check that out. We also have abyssal horrors down here, so I'm not sure I'm happy about that, but let's find out what they are all about. Okay, so this is probably too late, and there's already 15 comments in the comment section telling me that I'm an idiot, but just to confirm that I'm an idiot, there's an actual mining beam on the submarine itself, so I never had to get out. I could just mine from the bloody thing. Okay, well, better late than never, right? It doesn't seem like I can actually interact with objects though from my submarine, so maybe there's an upgrade for that as well, who knows. But yeah, in order to activate things and pick up sea glass and things like that, I do actually still need to get out. Also, apparently there's galactic trade terminals all beneath the sea, so that is the last thing I was expecting to find here. I guess it's a way to maybe sell your stuff that you looted along the way? I don't know, but it's good to know that trade reaches every corner of the universe. And it looks like there's even an entire base out here. Wonder if this works the same way that the ones above water do? Let's find out, I guess. Hello? Anything in here? Oh, we got some chests and stuff, containers. Yeah, so it does seem to be a carbon copy from the stuff outside. Which I guess is not the worst thing in the world, although it doesn't seem to be particularly rewarding. I get stuck on stuff now. But we do have a transmission tower. So let's see. An automated plea for help, okay. Can work out what comes next, should potentially lock down the distracts. Oh, okay. That's interesting. 22, 44, 60... No. Huh. So, let's see. This is adding 22. No. I can do math. It's too early in the morning. I haven't had my coffee yet. So, 22. Then we're adding 44. 55. No, it's not 55. So what's the difference here? Oh man, I can't do math and while streaming. You're stressing me out, guys. Okay. So the math here is that this is adding 22, 44, 88. So we're each time adding double as much. So now we need to add 66. So then 353 should be the correct answer. Yay! And now I get some distress signal. Oh wow, this is confusing when you do this underwater. I'm hoping that this distress signal will be deep underwater, because so far I'm having a little bit issue trying to get as deep as I need to go. Okay, the distress signal is way off on the other side of the planet or something, so I'm not gonna go there right now. I did want to check out the abyssal horrors, which honestly don't seem to be that bad. Whoa, whoa, no! I stand corrected. Let me see, can I kill these? Not like this, I can't. Okay, apparently I do 0 damage to those things. Okay, never mind. Okay then. Did I scan you yet? Apparently I did. These things are huge. Interesting. I really love how everything looks here underwater, by the way. Well, I found all the sea glass I needed for the milestone, but I'm having some issues finding a place in the sea that is actually deep enough to get the 1000 units deep milestone. We might just have to continue on with phase 3, and hopefully then the rest of the questline will lead me to somewhere deep, because I'm gonna try for another few minutes, but otherwise I'm just gonna give up on trying to find a deep place in the ocean. And when I say give up, I just mean for now, of course. Let's see, we got some Supreme Mining Beam upgrades and another 5 slots for my multi-tool from this. So this is going to be pretty nifty. Okay, so let's apply that. Can I change the location? Yes, I can. Ooh, that's another superstar slot. I don't want to add it there. Come on, let me just add it manually. There we go. Anyway, that is that, and we got some pretty nifty upgrades with that as well. Those are probably again in my inventory here. Yep, look, I learned. Yeah, sure, let's place it in there. And then we have another one. Let's see, in my inventory. inventory there. How much is this gonna give me in terms of a boost? So let's see, this is the optical drill. These things boost each other, right? Question mark. Okay, so these are just going to help me mine faster and more efficiently. And the same holds for this one. Alright, well, not the most important upgrades, but it's nice. Okay, as a side note, I think this is a nice little detail. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Whee! I can actually jump out of the water in my submarine. And if you have a little bit more speed before you do that, you can actually jump pretty high. I think, again, that's a super nice detail that a lot of games that have some sort of water vehicle tend to omit. So, yeah, bonus points for that. Oh wow, I hadn't actually realized this, but sea glass is super valuable. So actually farming this could be an easy way to get a huge amount of units. I mean, these things are all over the place, at least on this planet, so if 5 of them is already 1.3 million units, then imagine if you farm this for an hour, you're probably gonna end up with millions of units. Okay, so as a final effort to get the 1000 units thingy, I'm gonna find the distress beacon, because it is linked to a quest that literally says lost beneath the sea, so it's definitely an underwater wreckage of some sort, so hopefully it's gonna be in a very deep region of the ocean. Well, the whole water landing thing doesn't seem to be quite working as intended, at least I don't think so, because my ship keeps hovering like way above the water, which makes it a little bit annoying to get in and out, to be honest, but yeah. It does look to be a fairly deep place, although I think it's about 600 units deep, which is deeper than I've been before, so let's find out. Well, it looks to be a lot deeper than I thought it would be, so look at that. We are not quite at 1000 yet, but it is very close. Well, my suit isn't liking the deep water stress, so I'm gonna click through this a little bit faster than usual. We find its black box. Okay, so it's a message for the superior, perhaps the locked one. Let's go for some technology. I think this is just a random crash site type of location. So we now got a blueprint for the economy scanner. Yeah, that's something we're probably not going to be using. But, you know, it's better than nothing. Now, let me look around to see if I can find a place that's slightly deeper than where we are at here. Maybe I'll just have to dig myself a hole, honestly, because it's only like 80 units deeper than where I need to go. Or, you know, I can just find another chasm. So, let's see. This should bring me all the way down to 1000. Yay! It's actually gonna go a lot deeper as well. Look at that. Now I kind of want to figure out how deep I can go. And where did my FPS go? Oh, look at that. It's just because it was registering all the things I now did. Okay, so we just got the Aeron Starship Trail thingy. I have no idea what that means. Does it just mean I can customize my ship in some sort of way? I mean, that could be cool. Having fancy kind of like, oh, hello. I need to scan these. Oh, I already scanned. Well, I think the ones I scanned were like tiny. These things are huge. Anyway, I guess it is now time to go to the third rendezvous point. Okay, well, I was trying to find the deepest place I could find, and it's about 1400 units deep. And I also found some roofs over here, so I guess I'm not the first person to try this. Oh, and by the way, of course, I get some upgrades for this. It's the scanning upgrade and a movement system upgrade, so that's all gonna be pretty awesome and useful. So let me get some more slots. I probably want these slots over here, to be honest. I have plenty of inventory space. Sure, let's add some more slots over here and over here, maybe. And then we can start installing some of this stuff. So this is a scanner module. Okay, where's my scanner? Over there. Not sure that I necessarily need this, but you know, it's never going to be bad. Especially if I get to bring my stuff with me. And then the other upgrade is what? This was a movement upgrade, right? So I guess I placed that there. This is... oh, that's going to give me a huge boost to my jetpack tanks. This stuff I definitely want to bring back with me, some of these awesome upgrades, because this is going to make my life in the main save a lot easier. Oh, hello. Signal trace established, voice content distorted. I'm getting hailed by something or someone. They left us, duty bound to follow them, but I know where it will end. Okay. If you receive this, follow my coordinates and secure the site in case I don't make it back. Please. Okay. So I'm wondering if this is related to the quest line I just picked up with the distress signal, because that also sent me to a new location. Or if this is part of the main quest. So Dreams of the Deep. I think that started with the quest line I got from that random location I visited, but that feels weird. I don't know. This is actually going to lead me somewhere else. While, let me double check my log. So I have a mission to go through the third rendezvous point. But I also have a quest to go to a nearby location. This is also very nautical themed. I'm not entirely sure if this is part of... I'm just gonna follow this. It shouldn't take too long, hopefully. And if it is part of the main quest, well, then it's going to be worthwhile either way. Now, we did get a thingy, right? For getting contacted? Or am I now just completely confusing things? Doesn't seem to be in here. I thought that the pop-up that we just got was because of that. Or was that just two things overlapping? Because I haven't actually claimed my rewards for phase 2 either. I don't know. Let's find out. Well, at the very least, this quest is going to send me in a completely different direction than the expedition does, so... I don't know, but it's only a small detour, so let's just do it. Small detour. Famous lost words while playing this game. Okay, I'm pretty sure because this is on a random planet, this is, again, a random mission, but what the hell is this? I mean, seriously. This is one of the most funny creatures I've ever seen, and look at that. Actually having the upgrade to my scanner is providing me with a lot of units. Again, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to bring those back, but the visit to this planet was just worth the weird creatures. If you are listening, you have likely found our final log. I leave this trace as a memory of my fallen friends, as a warning to others who may end up on our path. I cannot deny myself the vain hope that someone may find me, though I beg you, do not follow. Huh. I noticed the stranger has left behind an upgrade for the module for the aeration membrane. Okay. Its installation history contains the serial number of its owner's starship. Well, I'm still not sure if this is part of the main quest or not, but that seems to be quite elaborate compared to some of the other, like, normal side quests I've been given. So let's see. I mean, this is a pretty valuable upgrade, to be fair. I mean, I have plenty of those at this point, but, you know, I'm not complaining. More ways to breathe underwater are definitely worth it. Well, by the looks of it, again, I'm not the first player to visit this thing, and it is, again, undersea. So, again, not sure if this is part of the main quest, but it feels like worth following. It's actually kind of fun. Well, we found the crashed starship, so let's see what the starship log has to say. Breach event, +4 souls. Most of the crew are dead. Only those of us who are already suited up when the asteroid hit survived the initial decompression. We were lucky that smaller starships were able to get clear before the hull imploded. None of our ships have hyperdrive capability. We should be able to retrieve the blueprints from the freighter's main databank, though it appears to have crashed in the deep ocean. I guess we know where we're going. Thankfully, we still have the plans for the Nautilon. Okay, definitely not part of the main quest, but it is actually a very cool way of getting the submarine blueprint just naturally. Although I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to get to one of those first locations way below the sea without an actual submarine. But you know, there might be an idea behind that. Oh, Tochino's deadly resistant. There's an entire ship here. Sure, let's compare the ships. I have a feeling that mine is better. Yeah, well, I am just gonna claim the ship. I'm not gonna be using the ship though, but you know, might as well claim it while we're here. Okay, so let's see, is there anything else of interest? Well, let's find out. Okay, enough getting sidetracked. I just looked it up, and it seems that this mission that I was just following is indeed related to underwater stuff, but it's actually the way you get the Nautilus kind of like organically in the main save. So, really cool questline, I have to admit, but not really anything we need to focus on during this expedition in particular. Now, I'm gonna go back and get to that third rendezvous point. Okay, there's the third system, and it looks like this time around we're not going to a planet with a lot of water. In fact, it looks like a very dry planet. Now, even though we only completed phase 1 and 2 so far, I have a feeling the last couple of phases are going to go a lot faster, mostly because we have all the basics up and running as well, so now we just need to go from A to B and do whatever we need to do there. Well, this planet looks like it's proper for Halloween at least. Excuse me? What the hell is that? Do I even want to land here? Okay, so I guess the Titan Worm burrows is where I want to stay away from, because I have a feeling that is where those giant creatures that I just saw came from. I don't hope we have to actually fight one of those. Let's see though. The main target, or at least the next checkpoint, is over here. So let's find out what that is all about. Let's interact with the Forsaken Terminal. Let's get some of the goop out. And then let's see what we can do here. Returning user identified. Terminal now active. I found the body. It's unlike anything I have ever seen. If there's a species like it, then I hope they're all dead like this one. Okay. At first I thought it's some tragic remnant of a matter transfer tech malfunction. A cage of bones and flesh studded with random patterns of crooked teeth and roomy lidless eyes. But no. Some horror of twisted evolution warped by cruel nature. I can't help but picture what it would have looked like alive. Cannot help but fear that it will live again. Okay then. I discover something coded deep inside the long-dead traveler's log. Okay. Something has been left that will aid me on my own journey. That feels like a pretty normal reward for one of these places, though. Maybe it's just to guide me to this specific planet? I don't know. Let's see if there's anything in particular that we need to get here. None of this seems particularly exciting, to be fair. There's the second room. We'll get there in a second. Loot, 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 loot. Okay, now I think we just need to construct another one of those debris rangefinders. And then we can get to scan again for another trace of that ship we've been tracking. I'm a little confused though, because it feels like I've been finding the ship several times now, and every time it's completely broken up. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was a fleet of ships and they are kind of like broken apart or something like that. I don't know. Oh boy, I have a bad feeling about phase 3. So we're gonna get a force field and a upgrade for the boltcaster as a reward for this particular step. And then in the next step, we're gonna get a mortar unit along with, I guess, ammunition for that. And then we have a couple of things coming up that are basically kill a lot of stuff and kill even more stuff. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. So, you know, I might as well put my boltcaster in one of the supercharged slots so I can do the most damage I can and make sure I take all the advantage of the upgrades I just got, because, you know, I suck at FPS games. We can fairly easily farm the biological horrors though, because they are in the eggs just outside of this village, so, you know, shouldn't be too hard to kill some of them. And with the upgraded thing, they are actually splattering apart really quickly. Now, I'm not sure if they should be killing them here or somewhere else. But, yeah, I can also just laser them to death. That is definitely not going as fast as the other version. There you go. Pew pew. Okay, so the game has taken into consideration that I suck at this. They made it super easy by giving me overpowered guns. I mean, I'm not complaining. That is how I like my games. And there we go, that is one milestone completed. That was actually not the next one, but you know, I saw it, I figured I can do it now, why not? And this one is going to give me supreme life support upgrades as well as inventory slots. Okie dokie, so the debris rangefinder is up and running once more. We are sweeping for wreck sites, yes. Going once, going twice, maybe? No? I think I have to, yeah, go back to my ship and get in and do this from outer space. Hopefully to never come back to this particular... What is that? Oh, I already scanned it, but that looks... ew. Okay, anyway. Let's get to outer space. And we're going to do the whole jumping through space in order to find the wreckage once again. This one is pretty much identical to the last one. Different color of cloud, but other than that, it seems to be exactly the same. So let's park, let's do some looting and see where it points us next. And yet another log. The captain gone. Tried to wake them for their watch. No signs of them. Nothing on the cameras. Door locks are normal. No kid missing. Where are they? Where are we? Well, I have no idea, but I know we are at least progressing through phase 3 pretty quickly now. Okay, so that means that we are gonna collect another reward. So let's do that right now, which is the mortar that I was talking about earlier. There we go. And then let me check the log once more because I have no idea what to do. So complete a salvage opportunity aboard a derelict freighter. Use the emergency signal scanner to locate a wreck. So that is the thing I've been carrying around for ages now. How am I supposed to do this? Friends in odd places adopt an anomalous floating companion. Huh. I actually have no idea. Oh, so it turns out that if you actually click on a milestone, it will give you a quest to do exactly what you need to do. So let's find an anomalous floating companion. Are you kidding me? This is going to send me like 6 jumps away in order to get a pet? Okay. Well, that's interesting. I went to the system that the quest indicated, but now I'm actually in the system and I have no follow-up. So I guess I'll just land on one of the 3 planets that are here and see maybe if something new shows up. Viable life signs detected on a nearby world. Sure. But it doesn't actually tell me which planet you are referring to, I think. Let me double check if I go to the discoveries. Have any idea where I need to go? Nope. Well, I guess the first planet is as good as any. Well, this is a new one. We have something that looks like... Wow! There's a lot of bugs on this planet. Would you look at that? Now we need a floating companion. And I have no idea what qualifies as a... Well, I guess a bird maybe? But I have no way of getting to these birds. I mean, it seems kind of busy on this planet. It's highly radioactive here as well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe... I mean, maybe these bugs can fly. So how do I make a friend? Adopt an anomalous floating file license detected on a nearby world. So maybe that's not this world then? I'm actually gonna check out all the 3 planets because I don't really want to walk around on this particular one for very long because the hostility of the radiation is quite a thing. It is also apparently a good place to find a lot of valuable resources though, but considering this is not my main game, I'll pass for the moment. Well, these definitely look like they're floating and they definitely look anomalous, so maybe these guys work. Let me see, do they have a name? They need a better name than that, probably. Aw, someone beat me to it 3 days ago. I guess that is to be expected on an expedition. I can't rename them, that's a shame. So I looked through my inventory to see what these creature pellets do, and apparently they attract creatures and will cause them to yield facium, so yeah, I guess we're getting them to poop. But once a creature has been fed, they may be tamed or farmed for their produce as well, so I'm not really sure how to use this though. Can I... How do I place this? Move and stack. Well, yeah. That put them in my... no. I mean... What the hell is that? Anyway, so how do I get these things to come down? Because I obviously can't really go up there. I can try. This is going to go really bad, isn't it? Oh, okay. Well, let's try. Hello? One of you come close. Hello? Come on. Come on. Come on. No, definitely not. Ouch. I did remember now that I have a creature's thingy here, so... Does that work? Ooh, look. Feed creature pellets to animals to calm and tame them. Friendly creatures can be mounted. Oh, okay. Or farmed. Oh, hello. Hello. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know you want to get down here. Well, before when I got really close to them. Oh, yes. Okay, I can now interact with it. First needs to come back though. Okay, so now what? Ooh, hello. No, that's not what I wanted to do. So, hello? Oh, adopt gently milk. Adopt as a companion. There we go. Okay, we adopted a creature. Well, that's that milestone done, and it's actually something I had no idea that you could do. So now what? Can I still write you? He feels disobedient. Unable to wear a session. Inducing egg. Okay. Give him some more treats. There you go. Okay, now he's feeling a little bit better. Let's pet him. Okay, I have my own Pokemon now. Can we ride and fly you? Okay. Okay, this makes no sense. Also, I can't actually steer it, I think. No, I can't. I can somewhat steer it. I don't think this is necessarily an efficient way to travel, and I'm also getting a little bit sidetracked by this. But, okay. I kind of like this companion, though. I mean, it's one of the more unique creatures I've seen. It's kind of fun. Are you gonna come with me on my ship, though? Because that would be even more fun. I have a feeling the answer is no, so goodbye, my friends. It was a lot of fun for the moments it lasted. Oh, and look, we actually get an emergency signal scanner as a reward for that, so we can actually go and find that derelict freighter. Well, I guess that makes sense. Pre-packaged scatter blaster unit as well. Okay, lots of stuff to further upgrade our offensive and defensive capabilities. And it also seems that this is a new type of gun. This is basically a shotgun, a scatter blaster that is going to be effective at short range, but not really that big at a long range. And that's where the bolt caster comes in, I guess. Or, you know, the mortar. At this point, I'm turning into the Terminator or something, but I still haven't really found anything to fight. That is probably about to change, though, because we're going to use one of those emergency signal scanners. And as far as I remember, we just need to go into Pulse Drive. There we go. And we should find ourselves a derelict freighter really quickly. Now, let's see. Okay, let's slow down, and there we go. We're going to have to land on the derelict freighter and then explore it. Okay, this feels like the plot of every single sci-fi horror movie out there. Okay, so let me double check what we need to do. We need to completely explore a derelict freighter. We also need to purge 5 hungering tendrils, whatever those are. And then we also need to crush a vile grub, which is a larvae of the vile brood. None of this sounds like something I should be actively trying to do, but you know, it's the expedition, so let's get it over with. Well, at least this has a landing platform. Guys, do I really want to do this? I guess. I have a paralysis mortar over here. Oh look, there's stuff I can loot. I guess that's nice. And where do I go? Actually, I have no idea. So I guess inside? Maybe there's more stuff over here? That's probably not where I'm supposed to go. Okie dokie. Anything I can do? Oh, I can call my starship, but it's already here, so that seems like a bit of overkill. Anything I can do here? Nope, nope. I guess we're just... Oh, look, there's a thingy there. Yeah, it's a derelict freighter. No shit. I'm kind of wondering, though. Can I use my jetpack here? No, that's weird. Oh, there's an empty helmet over there. I'm just gonna keep most of this in, I guess. Even though it might be a little bit long, but you guys get to laugh at me getting jump scared, most likely. Looting all the things, not sure why. I mean, usually you get a lot of like health potions just before boss combat, right? So let's see, we have the scatter blaster. That might be effective. Hello? Anyone home? I trust none of this. Okay, this thing can bring me back to the start. I guess that's what that is. Oh, we're going to claim some supplies. The Uwani Explorer status. Severe incident. Total lockdown. Access denied. No crew life signs detected. Okay, so you might find something in the logs. The cargo integrity is 95%. Salvage and recovery likely. Okay. Access doors have been automatically sealed and internal systems disabled. Manual restart required to begin the recovery. Sure. Warning. Freedom of movement reduced. Environmental protection is offline. Sure, let's restart it. None of this is working. What else is new? Protection against extreme cold temperatures required. Okay. Emergency fabrication unit available. Access supply cache. Unseal door or collect emergency supplies. Well, I want to do both of these things, right? So let's just go with the unsealing of the door at least. Okay.
Thermal protection falling.
So it was... Okay. So can I still do the other thing? No. That's interesting. So I wonder what would have happened if I picked the other option, because I am supposed to explore this entire thing, right? Also, oh, I can only move really slow now? That's interesting. Okay, derelict freighters are dangerous environments. I got that hint. Full of environmental hazards and hostile entities. Locate valuable salvage as well as special items that can be exchanged aboard a space station.
Thermal protection falling.
Oh, the thermal protection is running out really quickly, by the way. Locate terminals with the analysis visor. Collect data from the terminals to learn the fate of the crew. Use the scanner to highlight loot within the current room. And claim highly valuable technology from the engineering core. I hate all of this. Not gonna lie. Okay, so... Loot? Loot.
Thermal protection falling.
More loot.
Units received.
I mean, not necessarily impressive loot this, but... You know, I'll take it. Now, I am gonna switch back, I think...
Thermal protection
Oh,
falling.
okay, hold on. This is where we got all that sodium for, I guess. Heating unit. Ooh, that's better. Oh, look, I can stand here and warm up. That's nice. Ouch. Did I just blow myself up? Might not want to do that too often. So... Okie dokie.
Thermal protection falling.
There's quite a few thingies here I can loot. Okay, the nanites are kind of nice. Okay, so I think the things I'm blowing up are just there to, you know, do exactly that. Let's open up this door. I guess the doors are a way to... Oh. New area mapped. Can I see the map somewhere? Oh, we do... Oh, look, this is actually gonna make the navigation a little easier. The zone's mapped, 2 out of 11. There's also some other stuff we can find. Okay, I definitely... I'm not gonna record all of this, because honestly that's probably going to take way too long. But it's really interesting. So what do we have over here? Do we have a doorway, another doorway, a heating unit, What's this? A records terminal. Okay, so that's definitely where we need to go. Oh look, festering pustule. That's something I definitely want to blow. There we go. Oh, there's a lot more of those actually. Well, if this is about as dangerous as they're going to get, I can live. Wah! Okay. Oh, the nest has spawned hostile creatures. Oh, great. Are these the things we needed to crush? Ow. Oh man. I can't shoot at things at all. Yikes. Okay, let's withdraw in here for a moment. There we go. Well, this is not too bad. These things are climbing on the ceiling as well. It's a little bit horrifying, honestly. But nothing that I can't handle. Now, let's see. If I switch to my bolt caster, is this any easier? I do feel this might be a little bit easier to defeat them with that. And just... Yeah. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna clear out this entire room and see if there's anything of value in here. Well, there's a log snippet here. Let's read that at least. Let's see. Expedition log. Encountered pirate fleet in the Rakjubu system. Destroyed 87 enemy vessels. Okay. Let's see. No long-range activity. Okay. Boarding crews awarded additional cryosleep. They got to sleep in. That's nice. Dispatched boarding crews. Crews were forcibly returned to the fleet with hostile munitions. Hull damage taken. Retreated. Okay. Not sure what that has to do with the fact that you're completely infested, but there's also another records terminal over here, so I guess this might have a little bit more detail. My security record's encrypted. Okay then. No, let's access the crew manifest. I have a feeling that none of them are here anymore. So that's 200 people on the ship. Or at least there were supposed to be. So we also have the work entity in Naoluan captured on the route. Okay. So a whole bunch of people here. So let's update that bioscan because I have a feeling that might show slightly different now. No detected biological trace matches crew records. Retrieving last known crew positions. So the junior navigator was supposed to be here. Quartermaster is in the emergency transmitter. Okay. Oh. Oh, look. Oh, this document will be highly valuable to those concerned with the fate of the missing ship. How valuable? That's... Well, not that valuable, apparently. Well, I'll keep it, but... That's not even 1,000 credits. It's not that highly valuable. It's also worth noting that none of this is actually progressing the other two things I have. So maybe that's going to be further down the ship, I don't know. But I was actually expecting it to already be progressing. Here's another snippet. Well, 3 days now, still no sign. Where's this going to end? It was hardly them anymore. Okay. This sounds a little bit more like they might have been corrupted. And another one. Expedition event. Hunted and destroyed Corvex smugglers. That's not that interesting. Hunted and destroyed some more smugglers. Okay. Overwhelming number of pirate vessels forced to retreat. Okay. Oh, look at that. So, we found Navigator's Burdian's security idea from the Iwani Explorer. The strange mold festers where their face should be, bubbling as it consumes the holographic material. Huh, okay. Well, we have the mainframe access card now. Is that worth anything? Not really. That goes right along with the other things that are not really worth anything, I guess. I did find some other more valuable materials, though. So this is 300k in terms of units, but other than that, nothing of interest so far. Note to self, you have to spend a lot less resources if you just turn on the heating unit every time you walk into a room. Ah, and so another thing, everything blue I apparently can interact with, all the other things I can't. Research log, let's see. Collected radioactive sample from passing asteroid. Experimental aborted after anomalies detected in the sample collection unit. Yeah, I think you might have gotten yourself an infestation on board. About 25 of those little creepy crawlies later, we found another log snippet. Let's see. Personal locker contains a lot of stuff, apparently. And last accessed yesterday? Well, that's weird. Huh. Detailed scans reveal that microbe colony is consuming locker contents. Okay, that's why it was last accessed. So, there is another data log over here. In a containable test subject outbreak in anomaly containment hole. I think I found all of them. How big is this ship, actually? I feel like I've been exploring for like 20 minutes or plus now already. Let's see. Ship AI, a logging fragment. AI internal memory encrypted. Okay. So this is the engineering guy. Conclusion, continue monitoring. That actually told me exactly nothing. Okay, onwards. Oh, look, now we even have other floating thingies in there. I'm not entirely sure what they are all about. Are these the tendrils we needed to get for the main quest? Nope, still not. Still wondering when I'm supposed to get those, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those horrific nests here. I'm gonna have to do some more fighting. Wait, I think I figured this out. So if I shoot this thing, and then I paralyze them, it makes it a lot easier to kill the whole bunch of them, assuming I have ammunition, of course. And I should probably have done that with the scatter blaster as well, because that would make me do some AoE. And there we go, only one left. Where did you go? Hello? Well, anyway, it's a lot easier to clear them out like this than doing it the way I was doing it before. Oh, look at that. Captain's eyes only. Pre-flight crew appraisal. So now we're going to learn everything about the people that were on the ship. Addendum. In a relationship with a passenger, have them removed at next station. Okay. So people were sleeping with the crew. That's interesting. Well, we have this thingy up and running, this teleporter, and let's see, we can also go to the secure mainframe now. Private mainframe access denied. Captain's DNA required to access personal log. Alright, indicate captain's fate to begin. Well, he is probably deceased. Log will record the captain's fate as extinguished. Okay. Duty officer may take command. Authenticate as duty officer to continue. Well, we can log in as the navigator. We have his stuff. Welcome. Log will record you as temporary commander. Now that's better. Last significant entry from Captain Vino follows. Sure. Corvus Echo witnessed the Great Disconnection, one of few. The times of slavery, war, peace, all of them passed. I go to see the GAC. All of those I knew were melded for GAC vessels. They enter the system and face our own. We have come to discuss our treaty once more. We meet within the shadows of a monolith. It is our way. We wait for a sign from the Atlas. We wait for a command to change. None comes. The GAC will postpone their decision once more. They will not return to the metal of my friends. Not yet. Well, we found the captain's log, and this is once again going to be highly valuable to those looking for information about the last days of the doomed vessel. I have a feeling that it is not going to be very valuable to me. Yep. Well, less than 1,000 units still. Oh, this is interesting. There's apparently a teleporter just about in the next room after the one I just went in. Let's see, we have the engineering control here though. Engineering control panel accessed. Construct components, sure, or extract nanites. Huh. I mean, I kind of want the nanites, but I also want to see what items I will actually get out of here. So I'm just going to go for that option to see what happens. Oh, we can get a Corvette module, a freighter bulkhead, or technology upgrade. Let's go with a freighter bulkhead. I mean, that sounds like it might be worth a lot. Technology module harvested from the remains of an abandoned freighter found floating in space. Okay, so I can graft this to an existing freighter, increasing its inventory capacity. Now this sounds like something I might want to bring back to my main safe. It's worth quite a bit as well. Now is this something else? Nope. Oh, well, we actually completed the milestone now. We still haven't found any of those things I needed to kill. That's kind of weird though. Okay, so derelict completed. Let's take a look at what we got. We have about 1 million units worth of random stuff. It's a little bit more than that if you combine everything together. I'm not entirely sure what I can do with this tainted metal. It's apparently something a scrap dealer might find interesting. We got some upgrades as well. I really like the cargo bulkhead upgrade. That might be useful later on. Not really sure if these are worth holding on to, these crew manifests. I'm not sure who would be paying more than 1,000 units for those. And other than that, just some random bips and bots. I did get quite a bit of nanites from just looting everything in here. I haven't kept track of it exactly, but it's hundreds of nanites for sure, just from randomly looting these things in the freighter itself. Also, some units, honestly, those were less impressive. It's just 10,000 units or so per thing I looted. So all in all, I think the items are going to be much more valuable than that. Okay, so now what? Because I actually don't know what to do next. So we are going to get a hazmat gauntlet plans and the supreme hyperdrive upgrade, so that's nice. But all of that is not going to be super useful in terms of actually getting to the next step of our quest, I think. We could install one of those, I guess, but that's not really what I want to focus on. Let's keep going. So, does this tell me where to actually go? The vessel of many maps is drawn to the Titan worm burrows. Ooh, okay. So this is on the planet that I just left. As in, left a couple of jumps ago and stuff like that. But this was on the planet with the giant worms, I guess. So apparently those are the hungering tendrils. Now, let me actually double check, because if I go to the expedition... What does this tell me to do? Crush a vile, juicy grub. No suitable spawning sites detected in the current system. Okay, so let's go back to the planet we came from and let's kill some of these hungering tendrils. And then let's move on. Well, I landed next to these big evil worms on the planet that we were before, so I have a feeling those might be the tendrils that we actually need. So, let's find out. Let's start shooting. Anyway, I started blasting. Ouch. Well, we are definitely killing stuff, but I think none of this is actually what we need. Oh, hello. Are you carrying me off? Ooh. Okay, these are a lot more aggressive than anything else we fought so far. For sure. Now, I actually didn't see. Did I just get a small completion on the quest line? Can I go back in my ship for safety? I think I can actually. That's kind of funny. So let's... Yeah, we did actually kill one hungering tendril. So now just 5 more of them and we're good to go. Oh, look. We're actually killing the mega creatures now. That's interesting. Those are all of those large ones I can kill here, isn't it? So I'm gonna need to find a secondary location with a whole bunch of them as well. But let's make sure we stay alive first. Oh, and as a side note, I wish I could claim being a genius for landing right on top of some of these tendrils, but the reason I actually landed here was this thing. So I'm not entirely sure what this is. It looks like a giant portal of some sort. There just happened to be those tendrils right next to it. So let's see, what does this do? Iteration something? Let's download some data. Not sure what any of that means. Oh, the sentinels eradicated someone. Okay. Redundant behavior, potential loss of control, self-awareness. That told me not that much, honestly. It feels like this is like a sentinel device of some sort. I don't know. Might be related to a quest of some sort. I have no idea, actually. Let me find some more tendrils to kill so we can get her on. And we also need a larva to squash. I don't think that's anywhere here, right? I don't see any larva. There's a lot of these creatures jumping around, but those don't seem to be the ones that we need. But at least before I leave this time around, I will make sure that I check all my other milestones. Because I just spent a lot of time flying up and down between stations. Although I did use the teleports, of course, between those stations to get there. But there's definitely a lot more efficient ways to do some of these quests in an expedition than what I've been doing so far. Well, great success. Let's do some more killing before I get killed myself. And there we go. Okay, so this is going to give us a couple more upgrades. Now the real question is, where do I need to go for this vile grub thingy? Because I haven't seen any sign of that so far. Okay, so this planet says specifically that the vile brute is detected over here, so I guess this is where we're going. Okay, well I was on my way to the planet, but now I just found a rare space object, and we're apparently getting hailed, so, you know, let's talk to them. Well, that wasn't very informative. Can we board this somehow? I actually have no idea what to do with this. Can we fly into it? Is this a bad idea? Probably. Clunk? Nope. Just flow right through it. Okay, let me know in the comments what I'm supposed to do with this, because it seems like I should be doing something with this, but I have no idea what. Well, there is some juicy grub located nearby, so I guess that's where we're going. Okay, well, there we go. At least nothing is shooting at me so far. Do I just, Oh, we need the hazmat gauntlets for that. Okay, I guess that's why we got the rewards for that. Luckily, I have all the stuff I need to make it. Okay, so let's try that again. Right, we looted it. Was that what we needed to do? Crush a foul juicy grub. Located the grub in... Oh, I need to go into my inventory and crush it. Seems particularly violent, this, but okay. Oh, great. Oh, wow. This stuff has a lot of hit points. I'm gonna be here fighting this for a little bit. Well, at the bright side, this thing doesn't know how to turn around. At the downside, though, I also got some sentinels in the mix now. That said, I don't think this should be too much of a problem. Using my shotgun from behind. There we go. Did I get anything for that? I mean, the swarm is at least gone. The sentinels not so much, but at least we can hide from them if we need to. Was that it? I guess that was it. And there we go, we completed a milestone. Not sure why I needed to get out of combat for that to register, but that was the entire phase 3. Well, I got a fair bunch of valuable stuff from these monsters. We got the flash rope that I got from killing the tendrils. Not entirely sure what to use them for, but you know, they sell decently enough. We also got the haunted pie, a wriggling tack, and a choking monstrosity cake. All of this is, again, pretty valuable. Not sure what to do with them. I could also consume them, but honestly, it seems like not really worth consuming considering how much units I get from this. I also got detoxified slime. Not entirely sure what to do with that. This doesn't even have a value. Most importantly, though, I got a couple of stuff for my Corvette. So, you know, if I bring this back to my main playthrough, can I keep them? I hope so. Okay, so basically the first phase was all about making a Corvette. Then the second phase was all about the submarine stuff. Then the third phase was all about the derelict, I guess, and horror stuff in general. So I'm wondering what the fourth phase is, because they don't seem to be really related. I mean, of course, we're tracking this ship, but other than that, it seems to be kind of like all standing on its own feet. Now, let's see, the fourth rendezvous is where we're going first. Then we're going to find the ship once again. Then we're going to collect some storm crystals, collect some sulfide crystals. We already did that part. Then we're going to extract the radiant shards. Not entirely sure how we do that. Then we're going to visit all moons. That seems very straightforward. And then we're going to spacewalk into a black hole. Okay, well, one thing at a time. Let's get to the rendezvous. Well, this is the system, and I already see the black hole, so we're probably not going to go through that right now. At least I'm not sure if we can actually go through it, if that's how that works. But first things first, we're going to land on... Ooh, this planet actually looks kind of cool. We're going to land on wherever the rendezvous is going to take us. Okie dokie, so we just went from another large planet to an even larger planet. This one is really hot, apparently. So where are we supposed to go? Somewhere in that direction. Oh, actually quite a bit, so let me fly there. And look, I think I found where we need to go. That's right over there. On a different note, what the hell is on the ground over here? Ah, it retracts when I get close? Well, that's kind of cool. Anyway, let's check out that settlement over there. And voila, we are inside, and we have now completed the first step of the fourth phase. Am I counting correctly? Yeah, fourth phase. Okay, so what are we going to get? We get the starship inventory slot times 5, okay. And 1,000,000 units. I mean, that's one way of getting a lot of money. And I guess we are also going to... Oh, this is the... Oh, okay, I was about to say... This is the cargo of my ship. Oh, there we go. That saves us a lot of space in our inventory. Now, what can we do over here? There's an abandoned terminal. Let's fix that up and let's see what that will allow us to do. I'm not sure if this is actually related to the main quest, but we're going to find out soon enough. Returning user identified. It feels like every other terminal I have interacted with. The oceans here are blood, nothing lives in them. They are alive themselves. Okay. Okay, so the oceans are one big life form. What does such a thing consume, I ask myself. The answer seems to be everything. I found evidence of past life here, but no signs of it. Must the native flora and fauna hibernate when it comes to eat them, and return and repopulate once it retreats? Interesting. I can feel it moving inside my brain, whispering. Okay, let's analyze that. We're just gonna get some random reward again. That's fine. We're gonna need to make another debris rangefinder to search for the fire ship once more. I do have to say it's worth pointing out that a lot of storm crystals are apparently on this planet, and we have a mission, or a milestone I should say, to collect a whole bunch of these as well. So I think I might just go out and do that first before I start searching for that ship. Well, that didn't take long at all. Okay then, these storms are actually blowing up giant rocks across the sky. I mean, it's kind of cool. Don't drop on me, please. But, yeah, this planet is, again, very hostile, although it's not as bad as the previous planets we were on. And look, there's my ship, so we can do some recuperation. Well, the Shards of the Storm milestone is not going to give us all that much interesting stuff. I mean, the Supreme Defensive Systems upgrade is, I guess, cool, but I think we've been kitted out quite nicely so far already. Now it's time to start looking for the fire ship. It's worth noting that this was also the phase where the sulfide crystals came in. So now we only need to find some radiant shards. Now we've done all the collecting I think we need to do in this particular milestone, or I should say phase. As a side note, it took me a while to realize how this actually works, but if you need to craft something more complicated, then going into this overview over here makes that super easy. You can just click the things that you need, and voila, you have then constructed a more complicated item. And well, you know the drill by now. We're just gonna teleport, find another broken ship in, I'm guessing, a kind of a void cloud. And then we're going to do a little bit of mining to see what that ends us up with. Hey, look, just like I expected. Oh, look, another log. We saw them. They out of the airlock, just floating there. I could hear them singing, "Get us home, please." We got some more Corvette parts that I'm definitely not gonna install right now because, you know, I'm probably not going to be using this ship for very much longer. I do have to say I'm getting a little bit punished for doing things out of order, because if I had done this quest first, I would have gotten the Supreme Thermal Protection upgrades that I could have used while exploring the extremely hot planet that had the storm crystals on them. But anyway, doesn't really matter, it wasn't very doable without them as well. Speaking of upgrades, we're starting to be really kitted out. Look at all of this stuff in my exosuit, my starship, and my multi-tool. I mean, this is definitely not upgraded as far as you can get it, but it is very much so a lot more advanced than what I have in my main playthrough. Okay, next step. 6 radiant shards are to be found on dissonant planets. Okay, so let's see if we have any of those in this particular galaxy. Do I know this already? Let's see, this is a gas giant, so we also have a quest to visit all the planets around the gas giant, so I guess where we're going. Oh, this first moon actually has dissonance detected. Let's see, what has this one? This one has foul blood. This one has nothing in particular that I know of. This one has salvageable scrap. And this one has what? Nothing in particular. Well, anyway, we're going to visit all of them anyway, I suppose. Well, look, there's crystals. Maybe that's what we're looking for. Well, the short answer is yes, but I'm also going to finally need that advanced mining laser that I've been ignoring so far. The annoying part is I need some wiring loom, and as far as I know, I can only get these on a space station. You can actually craft them yourself, at least I can't. And there we go, back to the planet. Okay, now where was I? Well, I was about to say farm some crystals, but it seems that along with the other purple crystals, we also have some Atlantidium fragments involved, so there's not quite as many of these purple radiant shards as I initially thought there would be. Well, here's another one of those lost robots, which I can feed Atlantidium, and I don't think this actually does anything. Okay, and that should be the last one, if I counted correctly. There we go, yep, and that is 16 radiant shards completed. Now, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with these, but I guess that will be obvious later on, I don't know. So we have those. Now we need to visit all the moons of a gas giant. We have already visited a couple of them, so I'm just gonna go moon hopping, I guess. Well, I'm just planet hopping really, but every time I land and I see something of interest, I figured, well, might as well land here, and this time around I actually found a ship. I'm just gonna claim it, and hopefully that will bring me a lot of new nanites and or units when I actually end this expedition. And touchdown for number 5, and there we go. That should take care of most of phase 4 already, actually. So let's get back in. New planetary record, most perfect? What's perfect about a planet that's actively trying to kill me? Anyway, there's probably a reason for it, but let's see. That is that one done. Now we get pre-packaged rocket boots. Okay. And now we get to spacewalk into a black hole, apparently. Well, the black hole was really close. Apparently I cannot jump to the space station because there's a black hole right in front of me. So I guess there's nothing else to do but fly really close and then jump into it. I am really impressed that my spaceship is still in one piece, though. Okay, so I'm sure this is not a bad idea, right? Okay, so approach the black hole. Travel via gravitational anomalies, highly unpredictable. Okay. What are we doing, guys? Are we back in the Matrix? Maybe we're getting out of the Matrix. Also seems like a very bad idea to travel with just your spacesuit. Sure, now what? Guys? Well, I completed the milestone. Now what? Oh boy. Return your space and your spacewalk. Okay. Oh, we can just summon our ship. Oh, okay. Well, I was starting to get worried there for a moment. Let's get the milestone reward. This is what? A memory fragment. Inventory. Interesting. And then we get a defense kit and a terrifying sample. I have no idea what any of those things are. Okay, so... let's check my inventory. The haunted organs are super valuable, so that's nice. The defense shit, I think this is the thing that you use to summon the authorities, right? Yeah, not sure what I am supposed to do with that here. I don't think there's anyone else here except for us. And then we have the shattered remnants of an expired traveler. It whispers an unknowable name deep within its fibers. The memory will manifest as an inventory expansion to aid you on your travels. Can I just keep this now? I think I'll hold on to the memory fragment for a moment, so hopefully I can use it in my main save. Now, let's see. We have the phase 4 complete. This is going to give me another set of Aerion plants, and more plants. I guess that's going to be a mighty fine Corvette once I actually get to build it. Now, I wonder if I need to buy these things with nanites once I get back. I think that's how that works. Not entirely sure. But at least we unlocked all of that stuff. Now, let's see. Next step, again, wrong menu, is that we are going to go through phase 5 and we're going to need to find us another rendezvous site. Oh, and as a side note, bonus points to Swaying Bacon for naming this planet Hoyt was here. If you're a Brandon Sanderson fan, you'll know what I mean. Well, after jumping around far too long, I realized that I was way off track. It always kept kind of suggesting that it was just a couple of jumps away, and then after about 10 jumps probably, I was like, maybe I'm in the wrong part of the galaxy. So I actually took the advice of the pop-up and used the teleporter to teleport back to where I came from originally. And yeah, and it turned out to be just a couple of jumps away from there. So I imagine that there's going to be quite a few players that are new to the game and that are just going to keep jumping like forever until they get back to the main track. But you know, at least I made it. Now let's see, Rendezvous 5 is going to be right here on this planet. Or, you know, on the planet hiding behind it. Okay, so I am here on maybe the last planet. I actually don't know. But what are we going to do here? Because we're going to once again follow the fire ship, so that makes sense. Then we're going to discover creatures on the final world. And we're going to gather polished stones from relic worlds? Okay. Okay. And then we're going to assemble a complete fossil. And we're going to catch some fish. Oh, okay. Well, I guess then let's make sure we actually reach the point that I'm supposed to reach and make another one of those debris locators, I guess, in order to find that ship. Okay, so we're in the building that we're supposed to go to, and there's another terminal here. I have a feeling this is, again, not related to the main quest. But let me double check, just to make safe. Yeah. A dream where it's drowning in something thick and gluttonous. Okay. I've been so long without sleep. The orb cannot be in all places at once. That cannot be. Let's analyze the data log. And I'm probably going to get another random upgrade. There, well, this time lots of nanites. Okay, let's grab the expedition reward. Silver, gold, platinum, and nanites. Okie dokie. And if I remember correctly, some of you reminded me in the comments you can actually make platinum from silver and gold and then make that into nanites as well. So maybe this is just to give you some additional rewards? I know, we're stocking up quite a bit of nanites, honestly, at this point. Let's make sure we start doing this quest. So we're going to construct yet another debris rangefinder and find another one of those flying ships out there. Oh look, we're getting a yellow cloud this time. And another one of these logs that honestly don't really make a lot of sense. I mean, they are all kind of mysterious, talking about a song or something else, but I was hoping to get a little bit more of a conclusion, to be fair. But still, it's another milestone done. And then the next step is to go back down to one of the planets in this system, and we're going to have to discover all the alien alive on it. Now, let's see, it's the big one, right? That's one of the big ones, at least. Not sure if this was the one I was just on. I think that might have been a different one. It doesn't really matter. Let's go and scan some creatures. We just got a super scanning upgrade as well, so I have quite a bit of a bonus now to the scanner, as you can see. So I put this in a supercharged slot as well, so might as well get some units while we're doing the scanning. So I was trying to find most of the creatures, and initially I found several of them, but it seems that a whole bunch of them are actually underwater, so I guess we're going to take out the Nautilus once more. Okay, I might be stupid for gushing over such a detail, but look at the planet actually reflecting into the water. I mean, I was not expecting that, considering they have to generate, you know, millions of planets, that like the actual lighting would be reflected in the water. I mean, super awesome. Also, there's a storm incoming, so I better get in my submarine. Oh, there we go. I thought I was missing one. Didn't I need to discover 9 of them? I don't know. But either way, I have 8 now, so that is apparently all I need. Let me double check. What was 9 on this planet? Oh, they are. Apparently, I only need to discover 8 of them. Now, I'm actually going to see if I can find the last flying one, because that is going to give me 2,000 nanites on top of what I already have. And there we go. That should be the last one. And now if I go to my discoveries, yes, 9 out of 9. I'm not really sure if I need to upload stuff in order to get those nanites, but haven't gotten them yet. Going once, going twice. I just need to have the creatures, right? Not everything else. Huh. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure it said... Oh, I need to click this, apparently. Well, there we go. That is another 2,000 nanites. Okay, so we're going to get some carbon, 1,000 of it, for some reason. Then we're going to get the blob decal plants and the fauna... Curious fauna decal plants. Not entirely sure. Those sound like some more... oh, decals are actually the things... Yeah, okay, never mind. Well then, we got ourselves a couple of decals that we can now put on stuff. Probably something I'm never going to use, but, you know, just in case we need it, there's the option. And let's see, we also need to start gathering some polished stones. Now, how do we do that? We also need to complete a skeleton, so that sounds like we're going to do some archaeology. Where do we go to do that, though? Let me check my log. There we go, Forgotten Quarries. We need to go to a relic world, and then we need to use the mining laser to break down the abandoned fragments. Well, that sounds pretty straightforward. I already have 66 of these polished stones. Not sure why I got them, but I don't know. That'll save us some work. So, by the looks of it, we have choice between 2 planets. We have ancient bones on this planet, and we also have ancient bones on this planet. Now, this one has a lot of sentinels on it, so I'm gonna go for this one that apparently does not have that. Okay, here we are. Let's go find some fossils and stones. Well, at least there's a whole bunch of these fossils over here. Well, defeating the Guardians actually gave me polished stone as well, but these are apparently the things I'm actually looking for, so that actually gives me a whole bunch of that stuff really quickly. Is this something I can mine as well? Oh, yeah, looks like it. So actually getting the 256 is gonna go pretty quick like this. That was almost the entire thing with a single building. Okay, well, that's that one done. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm gonna get a fossil pack out of that. Yep. And that should allow me to then build a fossil. Huh. Interesting, there's a whole bunch of different fossil display cases. But anyway, the point is, that is what I'm gonna need for the next part of my expedition. Almost done guys. Because I'm gonna have to assemble a complete fossil. Oh, this is interesting. I just found a ruined gateway recipe out of a floating rock with a thingy in it. I'm not entirely sure what I need to do with that. I think that is probably something that belongs in the main game. But yeah, it's a thing to keep my eye out for. I was only just clicking on it because it looked interesting. But well, that sums up pretty much the entire game. I just lost track of my fossils. Where are they? Oh, right there. Well, I'm not gonna win any prizes for style, but at least I can put my my fossils inside my actual ship. Okay, so can I actually assemble this thing right now? I mean, who knows? Let's pick a rodent skull. Can I just pick whatever I want? I guess I can. Do I have a tail? I actually do have a tail. This is apparently a thing. Well, okay then. Was that enough to meet the requirements for my milestone? It was. Okay. Can't I actually see this thing? It's just packaged. Oh, assemble? No, that's a new one. So what happened to the other one? Did I just package it up? Oh, look. Ah, wow. Okay, that one is actually pretty expensive. So you can package them up and then sell them? I mean, that's kind of cool. Okie dokie, so that will give me my pre-packaged fishing rig unit, as well as some fishing bait recipes, and then we are going to go catch some fish, apparently. Okay, so I have equipped my fishing rod, I guess, and we can put in some bait. I was able to get a lot of that bait already just from the stuff I had in my inventory, so I don't know if this is going to be enough. There's quite a few different types of bait, honestly. Looks like we'll get a little bit of a rarity improvement, as a tiny little size improvement. Again, no idea whether or not this is good, but let's go and do some fishing. I'll actually have to find a planet with water though first, so I think this looks like there's water on this planet. Let's find out. Well, I guess this is water. Let's see what happens. So, how are you doing? Do I know when I have a nibble? Do I even know? Was that a nibble? Oh, that was not a nibble. Not entirely sure how this is supposed to work, so let me go and figure this out. Oh, look, people! I caught my first fish. A small aquatic creature found in many different habitats all across the world. Typically found in shallow water. This is an uncommon catch. Also, there's a couple of these giant worms around here, apparently, somewhere. Oh, it's in the water. Well then, didn't even know it could be. But we're going to catch some more fish. Well, I think I'm almost done at this point. Let's see if we can catch that last fish. There we go. I just have to press the button, as far as I know. There we go, a reef eel. Okay. So there seems to be quite a few different fish. What do we get for them? A varying amount of units. Okay, well, that should have been the fifth one. Yep, there we go. So we now caught 5 fish. And we have another milestone completed. Now I think I'm gonna get another whole bunch of, I don't know, weapons or some sort. A prepackaged pulse spitter unit. No idea what that means. So let's find out. There might be something for the submarine or something. I don't know, actually. Let me see. So this is a upgrade for the pulse spitter. Sure. What does this go on? Actually goes in my multi-tool. Okay. So what is the spitter itself? Where is it? This is the shell greaser. Okay. This is this. Oh, this is the spitter itself. So this does what? A supremely powerful... Oh, this is again an upgrade. So where's the spitter itself? Okay, so this is... Especially as a rapid fire weapon. Okay, so this is like an Uzi for my weapon arsenal, I guess. I mean, I didn't have enough weapons yet, apparently. Seems we're not quite done with fishing yet, because apparently the siren of the deep creature that I'm supposed to defeat is something I need to catch and release. So that sounds like I need to be fishing for this person as well, or this creature, I should say. So I guess I could just keep fishing? I wonder how long that I'm gonna be here if I need to do that. Well, okay then, that was literally the first cast after. This is like my 6th cast total. Anyway, a glassy jellyfish, the lights pulsing beneath its skin, its tentacles pluck at the air, the vibrations manipulating the space around its body. As it rises, a faint music drifts from its tendrils, worming its way into your ears. The melody seems to never end, worming its way into your ears. Never ending, worming its way into... yeah, okay. Now what? Catch and release, right? So how do I throw it back? Oh, there we go. Thank you, helpful tooltip. So let's make sure it's in our inventory. There we go. And then we can release the fish. Oh, okay. Hello? Pew pew, pew pew. Well, this is gonna take a minute, but shouldn't be too bad, considering it's not actively attacking me or anything. This doesn't look like it. I mean, I'm getting more damage from the actual plants up here than I'm getting from the big jellyfish. Oh, hello. He got some friends, apparently. Okay, well, this might take me a minute, but we should be fine. Yeah, I should probably use the weapon I got for this, because this is going to go a lot faster, just because I have so many targets to actually shoot at. Yeah, oh, this is so good. I feel like a real space marine over here. And there we go. Was that it? Oh, we have a straggler over here. Was that it? Yeah, okay. So that's another phase completed. I'm really happy the Sentinels are gonna get involved though, because I was a little worried there for a moment. I kind of like the title there, the Celestial. We also got the Breach decal plans. A whole bunch of stuff actually. So this was the end of the expedition? Question mark? Okay, so let me double check that. Let's go. Let's get our jellyfish fireworks rewards. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with those, but okay. Celebrate, I guess. We can get the Celestial title, the decal plans, and the Breach banner customization. Sure. And now what? No, expedition complete. So we can go to the final phase and we can grab this reward as well. Ooh, congratulations, traveler. The expedition is complete. Return to the space anomaly to view your rewards and achievements. Exclusive expedition phase rewards are automatically available on all saves. In addition, you will earn additional Quicksilver, nanites, and units for feats accomplished during the expedition. Before finishing the expedition, use the expedition terminus to send valuable items back to your primary save. Surplus items will be processed into units or nanites as appropriate. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. So I guess that's the end. Now let's see how much stuff we can stock up on before we go back. Okay, now the real question is, what do I bring back with me? Because I have so much stuff to pick from. First of all, I got a whole bunch of cool looking stuff for my Corvette. So I'm hoping I can actually bring this back. So I'm now applying everything to my Corvette. And yeah, I know it looks horrible, but the point is to bring them back without having that clutter my inventory in the actual terminal. Also, I just found out you can apparently teleport to your bases even though there's not a portal there. I mean, you can teleport out from there, of course, but it's interesting to know. Also, I figured I might as well make sure I grab some of the upgrades to the Nautilus, because I don't think I can bring these back any other way. Oh man, this thing looks so bad. I guess something like this would do. There's a whole bunch of very valuable upgrades for my multi-tool, my freighter that I don't have yet, as well as my starship. I also plugged in everything I could to the starship itself. I mean, I know the inventory is not going to transfer, but hopefully the rest of the ship is. I made sure to grab all the Nautilus upgrades that I would like to bring with me, as well as some very nice upgrades for my jetpack and things like that. So basically all the special things I got during this expedition, along with a whole bunch of other materials. This is kind of random, honestly. Not entirely sure what to bring, but most of the stuff in my inventory is either just valuable and will get sold anyway. So I'm hoping this will do the trick. Alright, so I guess it's time to press the End Expedition button. Let's see. You are about to finalize the expedition. Items placed in the terminals will be returned to your primary save. Yes. Surplus items will be processed into units or nanites as appropriate. Do you wish to continue? Yes? Maybe? Also, before I do that, actually, it's worth noting that I only have 10 days remaining, so this was a lot shorter than 3 weeks actually. It was only, I think about 2 weeks actually. It started last week, so next Wednesday it will be, yeah, it's about 2 weeks actually. That's interesting. So considering how much time it took me to do this expedition, it's surprisingly short time that you have to do this. I think I spent probably like 8 or 10 hours on this, if not more. Now obviously I could have gone in a bit more prepared. I didn't know what to do with a lot of the systems, so honestly it's gonna take me a lot shorter if I would have to do it the second time around. But still, surprisingly short time to do an expedition. Anyway, let's end it. Let's accept, and I definitely hope I will get my ship along with me. Oh, we're gonna get some rewards. We got 100,000 because we visited a couple of systems. That's nice. We got a whole bunch of them before. Oh, we got quite a bit for the waypoints actually, as well as the walking around that we did. We didn't do a lot of walking, to be fair. Oh, look, nanites. 4 starships bought. Well, we gathered them anyway. 1 companion adopted. Oh, that was the little guy, the floating guy. Nanites harvested. Sure. We completed all the phases, so we got stuff for that as well. Inventory contents, 10 million. Okay. So we're gonna get almost 15,000 nanites and 26 million units to go along with me. Now, that is way more than I had on my main save, so that is definitely worth it just for those rewards alone. Now, hopefully all the upgrades will be there for me to pick up, but I assume they will. I'm really curious to find out, however, if my ship is actually going to be there, because I am slightly worried. Okay, well, at least all my stuff is here, and it looks like I can actually copy my starship as well. I'm not entirely sure if this was all there was in it, but either way, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because I can just copy. Look at the abomination of my starship over here. But yeah, this is definitely worth the 2800 nanites to copy. And then we're also going to copy this thing and look at the kitted out version I have over here. It's pretty sweet, I have to be honest. And this is also going to cost me only 1100 nanites. That was definitely worth it because I got way more than that just from the expedition itself. Now I actually need to free up some space in my inventory to get all of this stuff out. And I would have to say this was a pretty nice success. Okay, so just to recap, I really liked the first half of the expedition as well as the middle. Like the first 3 phases or so were really fun. I didn't care too much for especially the phase where we just had to go around planets and gather some random stuff. That felt like a little bit like, okay, just go do random stuff, and I can do random stuff in my normal save as well. So, you know, not the best part, I think, there. I did like the fishing, and in general, all the new things that I hadn't done before. So I can imagine if you're more experienced players that some of this stuff is like, yeah, I've seen it 1,000 times, maybe, I don't know. At least you get the rewards for it. So if you are experienced players, I mean, those people will probably rush through this a lot faster than I did, for sure. But yeah, all in all, the expedition was kind of a nice break of the normal save. And of course you get to bring all your rewards with you, so it doesn't feel like you're wasting any time doing it on some meaningless task that you're only going to get a few rewards for. No, you can actually bring all your stuff back with you, so that's kind of cool. I'm also really excited, I have to say, by now to go back to my normal save and implement a couple of new things that we found, as well as explore whatever else there is out there. I still haven't seen a freighter, so we're gonna have to look into that hopefully next episode, as well as do a whole bunch of other stuff. But either way, this episode has gone on for way too long already. So I hope you enjoyed it, seeing me stumble again through, in this case, a new expedition. And let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular you would want to see in the future. Either way, if you're still here, you are definitely awesome, and I hope to catch you in the next one.